more fun life, a more financially free life, whatever, helping seniors, helping our kids, helping our community. And so I just want to honor that in this wonderful group of women. I've been a member for about almost 2 years because of Stephanie, because I knew Stephanie through the Fair Oaks Chamber. Mm-hmm. And honestly, the first event was going to be at a weight loss clinic that I saw, and I thought, well, I better be there. I'm in the weight loss beverage industry. I better be there, right? and show my face and wear my logo. So that's kind of how I got involved and how I started with this group. So a couple things I'm going to cover, my fabulous line of beverages. They're just fabulous, wonderful, blah, blah, blah. I could go on all day about that. I want to kind of backtrack a bit. So I've been to some vision board workshops. I've been on a lot of webinars, a lot of different things in the last 6 weeks or so. And even our last 2 speakers that we've had. We had Rose Barbray, health coach Rose from the Fair Oaks Chamber. Yep. My buddy, she spoke about how to live a healthier life, how to avoid weight gain during the holidays, right? Remember that one? Right? Mm-hmm. It was like December 2nd or 3rd, like, okay, everybody's approaching the eating season. And then we had Brandy Salazar, who talked about our goals. And she talked about kind of our daily habits and just that whole thing, right? And just such fabulous stuff. I love that. And I started thinking about like this presentation today and what I wanted to cover. And so I just want to ask, so those of you who've done your goals, your visioning, whatever, just show of hands, how many people put in there, be healthier, eat better, exercise more, sleep more.
Drink more water.
Drink more water.
That's one of mine.
Lose a few pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, who, like,
right here.
Almost, that's like unanimous everywhere I go, right? And let's just say, how well how you doing with that? Let's be honest. I heard what you said.
0. I've done 0.
You're always really honest, Stephanie.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, right? And so I bet a lot of us are like thinking, oh my gosh, I have these great lofty goals for my health. Let's just do that. And where am I? Here it is, February 1st. Mm-hmm. No question. January buzzed by. Mm-hmm. My January wasn't anything like I expected it to be. Actually, I went into the new year not quite sure, really, like wanting to be excited like I usually am, but a little bit like, I don't know, transitions, shifts, whatever. Like, what am I here for? And that's partly because I have a big birthday coming up in 33 days with a 0 on it. So the deal is like one of the reasons I think that we don't hit our mark when it comes to, like, just say our health goals and this idea like, oh my gosh, every year, this is the year I'm going to get healthier, I'm going to do it right, blah, 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 is because we're all conditioned to be in a like want it now society, right? It's like, I want it now. I want it now, I want it easy, and all of that. But a lot of it's our daily habits, and they all stack up over a week, over a month, over a year, over a lifetime. So changing that is not that easy. And this idea that we make a new habit in 21 days, yeah, and you can break it in 2 minutes. So I'm not so sure that 21 days is real. Because I've done stuff for 21 days. I have done stuff for a month, 6 weeks, 6 months. And then I fall off the wagon, like walking in my beautiful neighborhood. Mm-hmm. There's always a reason. I'm not getting up early enough, the weather, got stuff to do, whatever. We jump out of bed, and we're supposed to have that quiet time, but how many of you pick up this little device first thing in the morning and see what's going on in the world via Facebook? The scariest thing, is when I've picked it up in the middle of the night, if I've gotten up and I want to kind of, I don't know, see what time it is, a stupid thing to do, and all I see is bad news. Like, it's popping in. I haven't even opened up Facebook, but it's like showing me stuff, and I'm whoa. And it's like, wow. So we have to be really conscious of our daily habits, and I am one of those people. So 3-4 weeks ago, I was on a radio show. Ooh, that was fun. And it's with the Women Extraordinaire, Women's Entrepreneurs Extraordinaire Network with Julie Anderson, the Brain Lady. She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
She's great.
It just so happened when I signed up for it, it was the only day left because everybody else in the group said, okay, February, March, and all that was left. By the time everything got to me, it was January 17th, and I thought, oh great, I have like 2 weeks to think about being on a radio show with the Brain Lady on Extraordinary Network, right? So, does anybody know what January 17th is? What the significance of that date is? Me neither. I didn't either, and it was the funniest darn thing. So I started looking up some things in preparation for that interview. Lo and behold, mark your calendars for next year. January 17th is Ditch Your New Year's Resolution Day. It's like a day when you can eat that chocolate cake, have the donut, have the goodies, do whatever. It doesn't count because it's 3 weeks in, not even 3 weeks in, and everybody's like, whew, this is too dang hard. Right? And I thought, well, isn't that something? That's kind of the date that got to me because otherwise it's going to be March or April. So funny that was. So not only that date, but this weekend is really significant. Anybody know what's going on Sunday?
Super Bowl?
Yeah, right. The eating bowl, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there's studies out there that say people give up on their New Year's resolutions. The majority of people give up by February 4th. So I looked at that date and I thought, well, yeah, Super Bowl. Why not? Because, think about it. There's going to be all this food everywhere. And it's a time to enjoy. If you're going to have a party, go to a party, whatever. Whether you like football or not, doesn't matter. It's all about the commercials and it's about eating and drinking and all that. So a lot of people just give up. I know that. I mean, it's just like, whatever. It's too hard, whatever. We're all having fun. Life's too short. Why not eat that cake? Why not? So, I just want to tell you that what I love about Javita, when I saw it, and this is what ties into it, is the simplicity of it. Because I'm not a person with a lot of discipline for my health. I know I'm being taped. Oh boy, here you go. But just getting my butt out of the bed every day to go walking, how hard is that? I see my neighbors out there. They have dogs. That's the key. Get a dog. But we're all too busy, right? We're building businesses. But the people who have dogs are out there every morning, rain or shine, walking in the neighborhood no matter what. It's like, okay, maybe I need to borrow a dog, right? Or 2 or 3. Be a dog walker. So the thing is, I know that about me. I'm terrible when it comes to discipline. I will tell you this because we're all women. For me, and some of us are approaching that age, and some of us have already been dealing with it. Menopause was not fun. Menopause hit me overnight, late 2009. I felt I was depressed. I was hungry all the time. Couldn't sleep. And I was gaining weight just by breathing. And I have pants that are out to here. I mean, I've got a picture, I'll pass this around. I have a picture of me on stage last year with my big pants. I usually donate stuff, but you know what? I saved those. It's like, oh my gosh. So all I know is there are ways for busy people like us to just add some health into our lives simply. So question I have for everybody, who drank coffee this morning? Show of hands. Okay. And who drank tea this morning? Show of hands. And who drank some water this morning? Show of hands. Yeah, see? So, what if, instead of being in Starbucks and getting that spice latte, blah, 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 I think there's 1,500 calories or 5,000 calories or whatever the heck it is, right? What if you could drink a cup of coffee that burns 300 calories? What if you could put a cup of coffee, comes in a little stick, burn control. What if you just put that in a water bottle or you put it in your hot water? It's amazing. So there's a lot of talk these days about buying natural products, knowing what's in your products. There's a lot of talk about plant-based. That's important. So I'll tell you this. So 4.5 years ago when I went to my first coffee tasting party, it was July, it was 105 and it was noon. And I'd never drank coffee. I mean, I always thought it smelled great, tasted awful. And but I was from the health food industry, and when I saw what was in here, I was like, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. Why didn't I think of this? So my background, starting in 1995, I went to work for an herb and vitamin manufacturer, and I fell in love with herbs. I thought, oh my gosh, that was our original medicine. A lot of people don't know that. And even today, they're taking a look at the herbs in our focus, our energy and mind coffee. Those herbs are being studied for Alzheimer's. There's going to be medications coming out in the next few years, 10 years, whatever, patented, however they're going to do it, because they're going to synthesize the active constituents, big word there, in plants, which has been done for years. That's where Bayer aspirin came from. I used to hang out with an herbal educator in my earlier days, loved it. And she talked about how, Teddy Roosevelt, President Roosevelt, said you cannot patent what occurs naturally in nature. So Dr. Bayer had discovered salicylic acid in the yew tree and wanted to go sell that. It's like, but you can't make any money that way, so he patented it. He came out with, in the lab, they figured out how to synthesize it, make it in the lab, you've got Bayer aspirin. Life-changing, if you think about it, like penicillin and so many other things that have come from nature. So I love the fact that everything that I have is from nature with science behind it. That was really important to me, coming from the health food industry. Some of you know I used to lobby at the Capitol. I used to lobby in Congress for natural products, for healthier restaurant food, for menu information, and for you to be able to get dietary supplements at the health food store and not have them be locked up behind a pharmacy, which is the way it is in some countries. So I just thought this was incredibly brilliant. Wished I'd come up with it, but of course I wouldn't have the money and the wherewithal to figure out how to make a business out of it. But nevertheless, this is a fabulous coffee. It's my #1 seller. That's what we got here today. It's got a couple of herbs in it, Garcinia cambogia and yerba mate. Yerba mate helps you with your appetite suppression and energy all day long. It's fabulous. And Garcinia cambogia helps your body burn fat, not store it. And over time, you'll see, especially through the middle section, inches lost. That Garcinia cambogia, it's from the tamarind fruit. It's in our green tea, really incredible Japanese green tea. It's also in our pomegranate punch, which is right here. And they're fabulous. And in the punch and the green tea, there's another herb to help with diabetes, blood sugar management, sugar cravings. So for me, with menopause, I was getting up every night at 3 a.m. starving until we came out with the green tea, and then I started sleeping through the night. Partly because there's an amino acid in green tea that helps you sleep, but also because my blood sugar was managed. And it was life-changing to be able to sleep through the night. Like a lot of people are worried about green tea, like, oh, it'll keep me up. For most of us, it gives us a nice, good sleep. It's fabulous. And what's so great is they're all in these little sticks. I'm going to pass this around just for anybody who wants to kind of get a closer look. I used the wrong glue on there. They might come off. I don't have kids. What do I know about glue anymore? So I used like photo glue, and I've been like trying to keep them on. And so who knows what'll happen. If one falls off, you get to keep it. How's that? That's my present. I know, everybody shake it, right? Well, because it's a new display board. I kind of ruined my last one. It was 100, those hot days we have, don't put those things in your car. Put them in your trunk, whatever you've got. If you've got displays for your business, that thing will warp on a hot day, and it's like, oh, lovely. I really look professional with this warped thing. But, and then I lost it, so whatever. Somebody's got those things somewhere. So, so really fabulous. I'm not going to talk about every product. You guys can see me afterward, have some coffee. I'll do some tasting. This is an amazing product here, Defend. Like we were talking about earlier, the flu, all the viral stuff going on. There is elderberry, which is an amazing antiviral. It's as old as the Bible. And there's vitamin C in here and 6 medicinal mushrooms. This is really great for your everyday immune health and even keeping cancer at a distance, green tea as well. I'm not a doctor, I can't prescribe, but I can give you information. I can email it to you. I can give you links, whatever. But make sure, if you're drinking coffee, tea, or water, that it's working for you and not against you. Seriously, I mean, I will tell you that I feel better than I have in years. I feel better than I did 10 years ago. And I'm a Javita junkie, I'll admit that. Because I know the power of these beverages. I know that when you drink your herbs, your body absorbs them. I know that when you are in the morning and you're like blurry-eyed and you need your coffee or your tea, does anybody have to remind you? Oh yeah, you better drink your coffee, it's good for you. Better drink your tea, it's good for you. How many of you have supplements sitting there on the counter that like sit there long after the 30-day supply because you didn't take them every day? Me. I get free stuff. I'm still bad at it. But I don't forget to drink my Javita, right? It's easy. You are all busy women, kids, businesses. Some of you taking care of parents probably, or grandparents. Oh my gosh, Carrie, you're traveling. Every time I'm like thinking, where is she going this month? Because she's like been in Iceland, and now you were at the Canada. Yeah, it's just, I love watching her stuff. So, and Carrie, can I just say that you've been drinking the Rush, right?
And I take it with me when I travel, so I will do a testimonial now. I have the worst time drinking water in the morning, but every morning I wake up, I go down to feed the dogs, and I have one of my little drinks, and sometimes I'll have two, but since I started doing that, I have really bad dry skin behind my ears that run away. I have problems with digestion. I'm perfect. I feel better than I have in my entire adult life, so it really has worked.
Wow,
And
awesome.
it's because I want to drink it because it tastes good. And I think I've gotten used to it now, so I don't get the rush that I used to with mental clarity, but you know, I love it, so I take it everywhere.
And you drink the Rush and the Control, right? Mostly the Rush? Yeah.
I haven't had the Control for a while.
What's really wonderful about Rush, for those of you who don't drink coffee or tea, or even if you do, this is so fabulous. It's got green tea and green coffee bean in it. Those are really healthy things. But it doesn't taste like either. It's tangerine pineapple. And it comes in that little stick. You'll see it's the orange one in there. And you throw it in your water bottle. You throw it in your cup. If you don't, I'm not saying everybody's got to go around and have water bottles every day. Whatever it is you put your water in, just have that in your purse. Have it with you. But yeah, Carrie travels all over. And I love that. I know you're drinking the Rush. Because, Carrie gets it delivered to her house every month, like clockwork. Carrie can change your order anytime, like clockwork. I know. I feel like a drug dealer because sometimes people call me, oh my gosh, I'm out of coffee. Oh my gosh, Dad, I'm out of Flex. Oh my gosh, like no problem. Sometimes I'm out of it too. Like Defense sometimes lately has been hard to keep in. So it is like changing. I know for Ruth, it's cleared up the fog. It cleared up my morning fog, the Energy of Mind coffee, because that's that menopausal thing. People who've had chemotherapy have that fuzzy brain. Energy of Mind coffee and now our cocoa can help. If you know kids are struggling with ADD, ADHD, even on the autism spectrum, our cocoa's fabulous. We're helping thousands of people just with changing your beverage. So it doesn't matter what I eat. I should eat better. I do. My decisions are better. My blood sugar isn't up and down. And but even when I don't walk around the block, I've maintained 3 pounds, 20 pounds off and 3 sizes down for over 3 years. That's not easy if you're not drinking something that's helping your body work the way it did when we were younger, when we were more active, maybe when our diets were better. And let's face it, we're all under a lot of stress. We are. Our body produces cortisol when we're under stress, and it all goes right here. And that's dangerous. And I know I can help with that. I can help with your connective tissue, inflammation in your body with a couple of my beverages. So see me after class or whenever. And I love meeting people for coffee. That's what I do. I meet you for coffee. I bring the coffee. We use Starbucks water, whatever. I bring the tea. I bring I'm a traveling little cafe. And I can find out what's going on for you and how I might help. I can also connect you with people in business that you want to know. Because I've been networking like crazy the last few years. That's been a whole new world.
Yeah.
So I'll just take a couple, look real quick here on something. So, yeah, so, enough about the products. They're fabulous. So if you aren't on your health journey the way you want to be, come see me. I probably have something that you would love. If you don't like it, no big deal. I'll buy it back from you. You can tell I always need samples. I got a couple more minutes, right? So to kind of shift, Stephanie had asked me to talk about how, like some tips about when you're building a network marketing team or a direct selling team. And I know a few of you are in direct sales. I think mostly Monat, and what else? Who else has it? Jen, you've got doTERRA. These are two beautiful companies. Who else? Carrie, you've got your wine business. Fabulous. Anybody else doing any direct sales?
I do. It's called Green Lady, but it's actually CBDs.
Green Lady? Green Lady.
CBD.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So, and that's a whole new thing, right? And we're starting to talk about CBD. So, I don't know, 2 months ago, I didn't even know what that was, but now I do. So, right? And so we're in the business of helping people, whatever it is. And for me, building a team has been the biggest learning curve that I've ever done, I've ever encountered. And there's a couple things about direct sales. First of all, some people hate direct sales for any number of reasons. People didn't make money, people had a garage full of product they could never get rid of. No, we don't do that. A number of things, right? Maybe they got their kit and no support, whatever the heck it is. There are a million reasons why people don't love network marketing. There are plenty of people out there who do love it. Anytime you want to talk to Diana Crawley in Fair Oaks, she's been with Tupperware, 30 plus years. She used to work with our vice president of sales who came out of retirement to be with Javita. And he sees Javita where Tupperware was when he was a Tupperware lady in the 70s. So, and I think that's where some of these other companies are, Monat, doTERRA, Green Lady, and others that are out there. So I think it's important to love what you have. You've got to be passionate about your product or your service. I don't care if you're in direct sales or any other business or any other service we're in. If you're not excited about it, if you don't love it, if you don't think it changes people's lives, then maybe it's not a good fit. I think that's really important. If you have a consumer-based product like I do, I love that because people have to use it every day, they drink it every day, they got to reorder and all that, then many times my team growth has come from my happy customers. It's like, okay, Dot, I love this, telling all my friends about it, tell me how I can make money doing this, tell me how you earned a car, tell me how I enrolled, you were the top 10 enroller in the company, tell me how to do that. Or, hey, the next trip we have going on is Cancun. People might want to go to Cancun and have a vacation. My husband and I haven't had a vacation in years, and I've been working really hard to earn a Caribbean cruise. So I told him this morning, honey, we're going on a Caribbean cruise. He's like, what, really? It's not his thing, but he's going to have fun because I earned it. I'm dragging his butt with me, and we're going to have a great time, and our CEO is very generous. So you got to have fun. You got to love what you're doing. Got to find out what matters to your team. Sometimes people aren't there to build a business. They're there to have fun. They're there to be part of something positive. They're there to get out of the house. For a lot of moms, it's like, hey, I need a social network because the kids are like, I only got kids, right? And now most of you women, you're all working. But you all know moms who are staying at home. They quit their jobs like, oh my gosh, I never got to talk to an adult. So direct selling offers that opportunity to be in that social network and to have fun and to build something together. But I know that many of us here are entrepreneurs and we're kind of lone rangers. And that's where the learning curve comes in. So if you've got a system with your company, follow that system. And even if you're not in direct sales, there are people that went before you that were successful. There are people who went before you who can tell you, oh my gosh, don't fall into this trap. This is what I did, didn't work, go here, do this instead. So whatever it is, whatever organization you're in, look at other people who are successful, see what they're doing, pick their brains if they want to help. I mean, most people, especially women, we love to help people. I look back at my life, and so I'll admit it, I know we're on tape here, so I'm going to be the big 6-0 on March 4th. Yeah, right? That is a weird notion to me. It just is to me. 40 was no big deal, 30 was, 50, no big deal, 60 is like, oh my God, in 20 years I'm 80. Now that I know, I have 80-year-old friends who are like amazing. And my dad was amazing till, he was 85. I mean, there are people, 80's not old if you don't think it is. You got to take care of your health. You got to take care of your mental health too. But it's I'll admit it, it's scary. So I just want to take time now. I mean, I'm building my business. I look forward to the future. But if I can offer any women, especially younger than me, some words of wisdom, meet me for coffee. There are things I wish somebody had told me when I was in my 20s and in my 30s. I kind of worked as a lone ranger. I was in outside sales, but I wasn't responsible for the numbers that my team would hit. That was somebody else's responsibility. I was responsible for my accounts, my business. It's different when you're building a team, but honestly, there are things that we women know. And I'm really thinking, okay, if I'm gonna be 60, I got wisdom to share. I want to share it. I want to hang out with people who are wonderful and lovely, like all of you. And I just want to make that difference. So I want to be that woman. I wish you had tapped me on the shoulder. Dot, I want to share my wisdom with you when I was in my 20s and my 30s. Nobody did that. Erlene, you're doing that with financial planning, with the whole idea of Everyday University. I wish somebody had taught me about residual income in my 20s and 30s. I wish somebody had said, build something on the side. I was the absolute most loyal, dedicated, hardworking, stellar employee or independent contractor for an organization you could ever find. You want to know what? In my span, I've worked for 3 organizations, pretty much my main career. One of them went out of business a year and a half after I quit. And I kind of left in a huff in my 30s and said, the decisions you're making around here, you'll be out of business in 2 years. Well, a year and a half later, the company was bought and everyone lost their jobs. Right? That was the 90s. I went to work for this amazing vitamin and herb company, worked there for 9 years. We got bought out. Vice president's gone, the CEO's gone, Dot's gone. And a bunch of other people, just like that. Didn't matter how great I was, no big deal. That's the way it works. Then I went to work for the Trade Association for the natural products industry. Oh my gosh, poster child for how to run an organization in our industry and how to have an incredible lobby day at the Capitol. Didn't matter. Times were changing, there was a reorganization, funding ran out, the economy tanked. There you go. There I am in my 50s reinventing myself. So that's the word, that's like one blanket thing I'll say to everybody. Change is constant. Can't avoid it. Be resilient, be adaptable. Don't make decisions in a vacuum.
In a what?
Don't make decisions in a vacuum. Really talk to other women, other people you admire, and be honest with them, and have them guide you. Janet's an amazing business coach. Have people guide you so that you aren't making decisions like just based on emotion or based on what's right in front of you, because life's going to change. And for the younger generation, younger than everybody in here, reinvention is the key. It's like constantly, how do you market yourself? How do you brand yourself? How do you become so valuable that no matter what happens, people are clamoring to hire you or to be in business with you, to be a collaborator with you. So I just know that my life isn't anything like I pictured it. When I was 10, I wanted to be a famous artist. Oh my gosh, good thing I didn't follow that path. That would have required a lot of work. My art skills are pretty bad. But I just want to say thank you for having me. Please come taste my beverages. Please meet me for coffee. I am passionate about leaving the world a better place. My legacy won't be my children. I don't have any. My legacy will be that I make a contribution. Did I make a difference? Did my mom escaping Germany and coming here? Did my dad coming over from Northern Ireland and meeting her at Campbell Soup? Did that make a difference because I was born? We all have passion inside. We all have a need, a desire to make a difference. Whatever it is. I'm still trying to figure out mine, honestly. So if you are, I get it. So thank you. I love you. You are awesome women. We kick butt in the world, and I'm so proud of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Dot.